What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, the Mad, the Dashing, Dash Jovis, and I haven't uploaded anything to YouTube for a while. Sorry, I've been having kind of a hard time. And also, I haven't been playing as much Master Duel because honestly, the Malice meta sucked and the Mitsurugi meta is only a little bit better. But, yeah, it's Tier Slop, baby. Tier Slop, woo! We all love Tier Slop. So, Malice is not Tier 0 anymore. If it was before. I don't even think I had it in that anyway because Lancia and it just didn't feel that great to play. Now the Lancia's gone, so it's a little bit harder to stop, but it's also less consistent and generally less powerful. Mitsurugi, more popular. There's a few variants of Mitsurugi going around. You can play Fiendsmith in it, you can play Ryzeal in it, you can play basically anything in it, funnily enough. Pure Mitsurugi, also still just really good. That's the one I've been having the most fun with, is Pure Mitsurugi. Really strong deck. Glad that this came early. I've been waiting for this for a while. Probably could use a hit to the, what's it called? King of the Feral Imps. But besides that, it seems like a pretty healthy addition to the metagame. It loses to Droll, so Droll's stocks have gone up and Lancia's stocks have gone down. But some of that might just be new toy syndrome. Malice is still incredibly strong, especially if it gets to win the coin toss and go first. There's many versions of Ryzeal. You can play the Heraldic cards to have an insane X Ryzeal. You can play the Fiendsmith cards to have an insane Ice Ryzeal. You can play it with the Mitsurugi cards. You can play it with Mitsurugi and Fiendsmith. You can play it with the Magistus cards. That's been the version that I've had the most fun with, actually. It's a little tricky to play the Magistus version because you kind of have to decide between the plays that are most explosive and the plays that play best into hand traps. And you usually want to make the plays that play best into hand traps. So you don't really get to use the full explosiveness of the engine, but it just adds extra layers of consistency without forcing you to put a card back from your deck to your hand. And it also plays really well into hand traps. So I think that version is also really cool. I didn't initially believe in that version, but that's actually the one I landed on, and I think it's pretty fun. And I'm going to say the other Tier 1 deck is branded, in the hands of a good brandy. It's a little weird to say this, but again, it's branded. I mean, it has long end phases and strong combos, and Mirror Jade is an insane card, and, there's the people who've been playing branded forever are really good with the deck, is part of it, but part of it is that if you're really good with the deck, it has a very high skill ceiling, incredibly high skill ceiling. I'm going to say Blue Eyes, really falling a lot despite getting back some consistency to the point that I crafted down my Blue Eyes deck. It's still a contender. Everything on this list is a contender, but yeah, it's just not performing the way it used to. Water and Crystron, these were the strongest decks during the World Championship qualifier just a little while ago, but they're not really performing anymore. The problem with Water is it's really focused on going first. You need a lot of engine. It's a big engine, and yeah, you can use engine to push through the Mitsurugi board sometimes, but you're not really pushing through the Malice board. It's also weak into Droll, so that kind of sucks. Crystron maybe gets a little bit better in the sense that it's not weak into Lancia anymore, and you can still play the Millennium cards to a certain extent, but it's not really doing anything. And I think Memento also in this category. These are all strong combo decks. They are totally viable combo decks, but if you're going to play a combo deck, you're probably going to play a variant of Mitsurugi or Malice, honestly. I'm going to say Tier Elements, Tenpai, and Gem Knight, all Tier 2 decks. Tier Elements, very luck-based strategy, but if you get good mills, you're unstoppable. You truly are unstoppable with good mills. So it's a bit of a slot machine, but it kicks my butt every freaking time I play it, I swear. And Tenpai is similar, is a little inconsistent, but if you see your Tenpai starts, especially the Sky Striker Tenpai list, I think that one is really, really strong. And then Gem Knight, particularly going second OTK Gem Knight, maybe even better than Tenpai as a going second deck. It's really, maybe it's a little bit worse, it's hard to say. Loses to different things, but it's very strong. But it's just do you want to be going second into Mitsurugi and Malice and Ryzeal and all of that, right? I'm going to say Snake Eye goes with the other combo decks that are just losing viability. It's just hard to be a competing combo deck in a Malice metagame. You know, there's not a lot of reason to play Snake Eye right now. You've lost so many of your important pieces. Like, yeah, if you see your Ash or a way to your Ash, you're golden. But you know, without Oak, that's actually a really huge hit, to the point that even though you still have OSS, it's just there's no point in playing Snake Eye anymore. Really, realistically, you should just be playing Malice. Oh, 1 second. Fiendsmith, great engine, bad deck, not well positioned in the metagame. Fiendsmith control. I mean, Caesar is pretty good into Habakiri and Malice, but yeah, it's just like ending on such a minimal board isn't actually that important right now, and nickel and diming your opponent with hand traps is not actually that good into Malice or Mitsurugi, which are like the best decks. And like, yeah, you can run the right non-engine to beat Ryziel almost every time, but also if Ryziel goes first, you're probably not winning the game. You just don't have enough pushes with pure Fiendsmith, even if you're running stuff like I've been running, like the Millennium Engine and the Kashtira cards and whatever. Kashtira's a stun deck if you play it right. You know, it's sort of like Exodia. You know, it can be good as an engine, but it's just not really doing anything as a deck shifter. Not great in a world where Malice is still so strong, and also not as good in a world where it's at 1, because you have to build your whole hand trap lineup around shifter just for one shifter. That's a pretty disappointing trade-off. Loving shifter at 1 personally, actually, because you almost never see shifter, and shifter can be fun to play through if you have hands that can do it, so it's not like seeing the occasional shifter is actually that destructive to my fun. I'm going to say Labyrinth. There's a couple of variants of Labyrinth that are pretty good right now. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to say there's a couple of variants of Labyrinth that are pretty good right now. You know, the hand trap Labyrinth I'm not as soaked on, but like trap card Labyrinth is still a pretty strong deck in the hands of good pilot. Like, it's not really doing much in the metagame, but like, if you can do math and play equation cannons, even though they're not great against Malice, they're good against everything else. And like Daruma is really good. Being able to set Trap Trick and then immediately activate it is really good. Big Welcome, still a good card. You know, I mean, Labyrinth just has a lot of pretty good tools right now. It does have a little bit of a problem into Mitsurugi, and of course, if Malice goes first, like that, the matchup against Malice is pretty hard. You can maybe beat Malice if you win the coin toss, but if you're going second to Malice and you're not a really good pilot, you're probably going to have some trouble. Going second, Labyrinth also could be viable, but I don't think that one is as notable or as good. I'm going to say Voiceless Voice. Maybe just a little bit better than Snake Eye. Like, it's solidly a mid-range deck, and with Mitsurugi in the format, it's like you should probably just be playing Mitsurugi if you want to use ritual spells. But you know, a good voiceless player can make the Voiceless Voice deck work. It's still viable. It's just not particularly well positioned, and you basically want to be playing Habakiri right now, you know. So yeah, that's my tier list. Just a short one this time because there's not a lot to say about the metagame. It hasn't really shifted that much, other than now Mitsurugi is in the format with a couple of variants. And my estimation of decks has kind of moved around a little bit. I used to think that the combo decks were a little bit better, and now I'm kind of thinking just play Mitsurugi with the Fiendsmith and Ryziel cards, and now you have a crazy combo deck that also is really like good at breaking boards, and it's a little good at everything, right? Or play Malice. Malice still perfectly viable. Maybe Mitsurugi is better than Malice. It's certainly more popular than Malice, but that could just be new toy syndrome. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a good life. Stay safe out there. Bye!